Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark.
Hello and welcome to another video, and welcome to Terminal 8 here at New York's John F. Kennedy Airport. Now, I've traveled with American Airlines many times, must be 30 or 40 at least, but one thing I've never ticked off is their premium transcontinental service, and that's what I'm doing today. Out to the west coast of San Francisco, it's American Airlines business class on the Airbus A321. Enjoy the video. This trip started bright and early in New York. A quick Uber from my airport hotel deposited me at Terminal 8, which is used by American Airlines and their One World partners. British Airways are due to move in here too in the next few years. There's a dedicated check-in area for business class, but I was happy to use one of the kiosks, which will print your boarding card and bag tag in one go, as well as help you make some changes to your booking, like picking seats. Terminal 8 was built by American and contains a few interesting details, such as this cityscape mural incorporating lots of global landmarks. And when you get past security, there's a wall with historic American Airlines logos. Which is your favourite? In the middle of the atrium is this eye-catching Charles Fazzino sculpture, which features all the destinations American flew to from JFK in 2013, when it was unveiled. Business class passengers must use the Admirals Club here, but American allows One World Sapphire and Emerald frequent flyer customers like me into its top lounge, the Flagship Lounge, which is a serious draw to American for me when choosing which airline to use within the US. This lounge was renovated a few years ago and is now a clean, unfussy and modern place to sit and wait for your plane. It was morning when I visited, so there was a hot breakfast buffet along with some healthier choices and some of the hard stuff. As for me, I'd soon be getting lunch on board, so I didn't take much, and my appetite that morning was rather for the incredible views from this lounge across the apron. The American Airlines app helpfully tells you the status of the inbound flight, and thanks to Flight Radar, I was able to monitor it all the way to the gate. This is a special Airbus A321, one of 17 configured just for the transcontinental routes flown by American. There are just 102 seats on board. Up front, there are 10 lie-flat first-class seats in a 1-1 configuration. Then, over the wings in the middle of the aircraft, is the business class cabin, with a 2-2 configuration holding 20 lie-flat seats. Down the back are 36 main cabin extra seats and another 36 basic main cabin seats, both in a 3-3 configuration. The A321T is a super aircraft, but I'll miss the American 757s, which were retired this summer. JFK must be one of the only airports in the world where it's possible to watch takeoffs and landings that are happening at a completely different airport. LaGuardia is just 10 miles away. Do let me know if you know of any other airports where you can do this. Right outside the Flagship Lounge, there's a display commemorating some Medal of Honor recipients, which is worth checking out if you can spare the time. I'll admit, editing these videos now is kind of weird. I've done a lot of travel in the US, and I just miss the sights and the sounds of the airports there now.
Smoking is not allowed in the terminal.
Today's video sponsor is Surfshark, an award-winning VPN, virtual private network. VPNs can spoof, perfectly legally your device's geographic location, giving you lots of advantages, like unblocking blocked content, staying safe on public Wi-Fi, and leveraging lower prices online. Sometimes this works with plane tickets. Flying to Hong Kong in business class this time without the VPN, from the UK I'm seeing the lowest prices here of £1,635 return. Enabling the VPN to search as if I'm from a lower income country can reveal better options, as the way airlines price their tickets sometimes varies between the country of sale. Here, an option with Israeli airline El Al saves us £48. In one go, that's a greater saving than 27 months of Surfshark membership. Go to surfshark.deals/wingin for 83% off and 3 extra months for free of Surfshark VPN.
I've flown a lot with American and I'm a pretty happy customer, but I'll admit my eyebrows were raised by American winning 5 stars with the Airline Passenger Experience Association.
Morning.
And here we are aboard this splendid Airbus A321T bound for San Francisco. I'd chosen the front row of business class because the whole cabin is over the wing and only the front row will afford you a decent view of the ground. That kind of stuff matters to me filming a video, but really there are no bad seats in this cabin. The configuration is 2-2 though, so you'll have a seat neighbour wherever you choose to sit. Bedding and a small amenity kit are provided at the seat. It's best just to stow that away for now, as we won't be needing them until later. It's a beautiful day for flying, and we lift off into frozen New York skies and turn west for San Francisco. Today's flight is 2,584 miles, and it'll take 6 hours exactly to cross the USA on this Airbus. These 2 seats are of a very similar design to the ones in Delta's and United's 757s, and do suffer from 2 major drawbacks. One is the lack of privacy, which I've already mentioned, and the other is that the power ports are in a place which is quite difficult to reach if you're belted into your seat. That said, however, these aircraft do only fly the 6-hour flights between the east and west coasts, and this is a perfectly adequate product in a marketplace which is very competitively priced by all the major US carriers. Bonus, there are individual air vents at each seat. Americans' domestic premium food offerings are usually pretty lackluster, but they have an improved service on these TRANSCON routes, which includes hot towel service, a pre-lunch drink, and smart printed menus. This was a pretty substantial lunch, which is important. This flight departs at 10:29 a.m. local time, but 6 hours later lands at 2:17 p.m. San Francisco time, thanks to the time zone changes. You could have 10 hours between meals. The braised short rib was fine, and although not especially memorable, there was nothing really to complain about with any of the food. The real highlight on American, though, is the custom ice cream sundaes, where you can choose the toppings and sauces from the ice cream trolley as it passes through. A snack basket for the whole cabin was left at the bulkhead, but I didn't see anyone use it. There's one bathroom for the 20 business class passengers, and it's located at the front of the business cabin. Connectivity was pretty good on board, with the Wi-Fi priced at a not too expensive $18 for the full flight. The speed was pretty good, and it didn't drop out once. This being an American carrier, there was a huge selection of content on the in-flight entertainment, including some live channels and including the BBC World Service. About that amenity kit, here are the contents. Perfectly fine for a 6-hour flight, although this Fly Fit package, some sort of supplement to stave off tiredness I guess, is something I've not seen on board a plane before. Full bedding is provided, and I had a comfortable lounge around in the live fat bed before a pre-landing snack of a warm cookie was served. Incidentally, you can sometimes fly these wonderful planes on short hops for very little. Pre-COVID, American has been known to make use of these planes to fly short sectors in between transcontinental flights to maximize the use of the aircraft. In January, I paid just $129 one way to fly the 1-hour-long flight between Boston and JFK in first class. What's more, if economy is more your budget, the 2 business class seats are available to economy ticket holders, who may have paid as little as $40. American and One World frequent flyers will get first choice on those seats in an economy ticket, but they eventually open up, if there are any left, 24 hours before departure to everyone else. As far as this JFK to San Francisco flight goes, you can be lucky enough to pick up a one-way business class ticket from about $600, but then it does come with full service and 2,500 miles of country crossed. Transcontinental service in the US is very competitive, and I took this flight as part of a much longer itinerary, which I obtained as part of a British Airways sale. Don't forget to visit surfshark.deals/Wingin for 83% off and 3 extra months for free.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.